You're on.
Hi everyone, I'm here at the Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today we are going to be reading John chapter 13, verses 1 through 30. Psalm 119, we're starting the big psalm. We'll be reading verses 1 through 16 today. We'll be on this psalm for a few days at least. And Proverbs chapter 15, verses 29 and 30. Let's see, so in John today we'll be talking about Jesus washes his disciples' feet, which which happens right shortly before he'll get arrested. Jesus predicts his betrayal, which more than likely is the Last Supper. That's what it should be, so we'll see. And then after the Last Supper, is when they go and leave, and it's like Jesus keeps talking about the hour is upon them. That means, that Judas and his posse is going to be coming to arrest Jesus. But I don't think they really understand that somebody's actually going to come and try to do that to him. Even though Jesus has told them many times, and I'm sure they was really surprised when they seen Judas leading the posse. Might as well call it a posse because that's what it was. Alright, so let's get started reading it and we'll see. It was just before the Passover festival. Jesus knew that the hour had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father, having loved his own who were in the world. He loved them to the end. Talking about his disciples and his family, all the people that followed him, everybody that listened to him, that he healed and everything. The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin, and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. If you've ever washed somebody's feet, you know what it's like. I've done that several times. People would consider that a lowly thing to do, Not like, if he's the Son of God, he shouldn't be doing such things. He should be a king and everybody worshiping him. Jesus came to serve, not to be served. He came to bring us to repentance, to show us love, and to show us God's love that will never be shaken, and that we, by him leaving this earth, coming here and leaving, if we believe in him, we also will have everlasting life in the kingdom of heaven with him and our Father. He came to Simon Peter, who had said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Because Peter knew, he believed Jesus was the Son of God, he knew. And "You're not washing my feet. I should be washing yours." "No, you're not going to wash my feet." That's not good enough for Jesus to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." "Then Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, "Those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet, Their whole body is clean, and you are clean, though not every one of you. For he knew who was going to betray him, and that is why he said not everyone was clean. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. Do you understand what I have done for you? He asked them. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. He's talking about when he's gone. Still practice being like this to one another when he's gone, not just because they're all around him, okay? Because he'll always be around them. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done to you, for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them. I am not referring to all of you. I know those I have chosen. But this is to fulfill the passage of Scripture. He who shared my bread has turned against me. And of course he's talking about Judas Iscariot, because now they are all there at the Last Supper. This is when all this took place at the Last Supper, before they left and shortly before Jesus would be arrested. Okay? Judas was the only one that knew what he was going to do. The other disciples didn't know better. They probably would have killed him. Okay? But Jesus knew, because why? Because Jesus and God know our thoughts and our hearts. They know what we're going to do before we even do it. Remember that. That's how Jesus knew who was going to betray him and when. I am telling you now before it happens, so that when it does happen, you will believe that I am who I am. Very truly I tell you, whoever accepts anyone I send accepts me, and whoever accepts me accepts the one who sent me, accepts God. After he had said this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, very truly I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. It's really heavy on his heart, because he knew what was going to happen. But like I said, he was human on this earth. And imagine one of your friends that was like a brother to you. You are with day and night, every day, for the longest time, betray on you. You've eaten with them, you slept near them, you've done everything together, you know, and then they betray you like you're nothing. To have you killed. I am telling you now before it happens. Very truly I tell you, whoever accepts anyone I send accepts me, and whoever accepts me, the one who sent me. After he had said this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, very truly I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which of them he meant. They were all hurt by it. One of them, the disciple from whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter motioned to this disciple and said, ask him which one he means. I think that might have been, I'm just guessing, the one that was leaning next to Jesus that Jesus loved. I'm just guessing, but I'm guessing it might be James, which I think might have been Jesus' blood brother, but I could be wrong of who this is. But that's who I think it is, because it's always like James and Peter were always together with Jesus. Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, Lord, who is it? Jesus answered, it is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I dipped it in the dish. Then dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So Jesus told him, what you were about to do it quickly. Other people didn't know what he meant, But Jesus knew, do it and do it quickly. Because, no longer sitting here with me, with us pretending to eat and being a friend and brother behind our back. Go do what you're going to do and do it quickly. Like, go betray me. Go now if you're going to go, Jesus knew he was going. So Jesus told him, what you are about to do it quickly. But no one at the mill understood why Jesus said this to him. Since Judas had charge of the money, some thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the festival, or to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the bread, he went out, and it was night. And that's where we're stopping today with the book of John. Tomorrow, I'm sure, we'll get into at least Jesus being arrested. I'm not sure how far else it will go tomorrow, but Judas was also, there's another books that goes into greater detail than others. Judas was also taking money out of the money that they were saving for the poor. Because Judas was in charge of the money, he was stealing some of that money as well. Okay, we are going to our long psalm, but we're reading Psalm 119, but we're reading only verses 1 through 16 today. Like I said, it'll take at least a few days to get through this psalm. It is a very long psalm. Aleph says, blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his statutes and seek him with all their heart. They do no wrong, but follow his ways. You have laid down precepts that are to be fully obeyed. Oh, that my ways were steadfast in obeying your decrees. Then I would not be put to shame when I consider all your commands. I will praise you with an upright heart. As I learn your righteous laws, I will obey your decrees. Do not utterly forsake me. Death. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word. I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. I have hidden your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Praise be to you, Lord. Teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the laws that come from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes, as one rejoices in great riches. I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. I delight in your decrees. I will not neglect your word. And you see what that says? I rejoice in following your statutes as one who rejoices in great riches. Instead of rejoicing over great wealth, over a lot of money, over rejoicing and being happy because you became rich. Instead, rejoicing and being happy because of your love of God. Because you're so full of the love of God, you want to tell everybody that it's more than money to you. Lord is more than money. He fills your whole life. And not in a bad way, good way. Because you know how some people are. He fills your life overflowing with love, and you just want to spread it to everybody. They're rich because of wealth, because of money. But that you can't take with you. That can come and go. The Lord will not come and go from you. He will always be there for you. Always. Even if you turn your back on him, he will be there waiting for you to come back to him. Just like your parent would to you, hopefully, or you would to your child, hopefully. Okay. And that's where we're stopping with Psalm 119 today. And ending today's Bible reading is Proverbs chapter 15, verses 29 and 30. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. Light is a messenger's eyes, brings joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. It's always good to have good news. It makes you so happy. Sometimes you can't always get good news. You get bad news. And it's really bad news to you, like losing someone you're very close to. It can be soul crushing. I know, I've been there. You can feel like you're not even living. Like you're just there and you don't even want to be. You just want to die. I know what that feels like. I've been there. But remember, God is always with you. God has a special thing on earth for you to do that only you can do. Remember that. Don't be like, well, I'm nobody. Anybody could do what I could do because I don't know how to do nothing. God don't make mistakes. He made you for a reason, and you to do what he wanted you to do, not what somebody else could do, what he wants you to do. And then when our job on earth is through, then God will send home for us back to heaven. Alright guys, let me read the prayer requests. I have no new updates, so they're the same, but I'll go through them. I'm not sure where Sherm went. Sherm, are you here? What are you doing? You about done? Okay. Let's see. Please keep the following people in prayer. Jeremy Hughes. I haven't heard an update on him since yesterday, but I heard, remember, he was doing better. So please keep praying for him. He's still got a long way to go. And you know it could always go back bad instead of better. So please keep praying for him and asking prayer for him. He really needs it. Jeremy Hughes. And he has a family member in the hospital too with the same thing, but I don't know what their name is. But God does. So just pray for them as well. Please pray for my mom, Rhonda Karshner, Sherm, Cindy and Jim Welsh, Abby and Jimmy Myers, Dora Harper, Danette Rager, Dean Detty, Layla and her son Emil, Garnet Boyer, Lori, Elizabeth Jeffries, the VA in Chillicothe, the Burke family, and the family of Edith Irvin, where she had passed away not too long ago. She used to live here, and then they put her in the nursing home, and she didn't last no time really in the nursing home, and she passed away. She's Sherm's little buddy. She'd always pretend to hit Sherm with her walker and stuff. Oh, she's a little old lady, and she'd always tell Sherm she was going to run over him with her walker and stuff. That was so funny. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.